Good morning, all. I wanted to go through a little bit more on Volatility Master. And, we've all been using Volatility Master to trade US 30, the US 30 Open, and a fair few people have been using it on gold just during the day as well. Either on gold or another currency for red fold and news events and all of that. But if you're looking at wanting to trade a pair that you haven't traded before, I wanted to go through in this video how to, come up with some settings to suit. So just here, I've just got gold. You usually you've got to get the spread right. It's pretty early in the morning here, so the spread's probably a bit larger. So I've been using 15 for my spread for gold. So you want it something pretty similar to what your broker is. A little bit out won't change the results too much. But one thing to keep in mind there. But what I've got here at the moment is just my normal sort of gold settings. But let's say, for example, I wanted to trade Euro USD. Obviously, we have a look at gold. The average daily range is 327 pips. If I just quickly start it up on Euro USD. Okay, I can stop it now. I just wanted to start it so I got the average daily range figure. So gold was 370 pips. The average daily range on Euro USD is only 59. So that's just showing that the market doesn't move as many pips per day as it does on gold. So you need to adjust pips accordingly. Well, I forgot to look at something else. Let's start it up again. No, that won't matter just yet. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave my daily profit targets and all that the same. I'm just going to go through now and adjust the pip distances. And I'm just going to guess, really. I mean, I've had a fair bit of experience, so it's a fairly accurate guess. But for you, if you're trading a pair you haven't traded before, you can just do your best guess. And we're going to do a little bit of back testing and see how that plays out. And then you can adjust your settings more. But essentially all I'm going to do for my first sort of guess is reduce all of the pip distances. So Euro USD is never going to move 800 points. Well, sometimes, but not like gold does regularly. So I'm going to drop that one down to 300. My trailing stop down to 150. My stop loss I'm going to put down to 20. Max stop loss, probably just something like 150. And I'll talk a little bit more about that one in a second. I won't worry about the lot size for the moment. I'm going to adjust my lot size to keep it at a 3% risk. But I'm also going to have to, reduce my profit lock setting. I'll go down. Yeah, I'll go down on that one too. I just leave the times the same at the moment, but you will find times that work the best, the best on average will vary between pairs as well. Now, Euro USD, most likely a later start time. So at the start of the London Open or something would be a better time to start, but I won't worry about that just for now. That'll probably be a setting I adjust later. So the breakout, I'm only going to use 15 for the breakout because the market's not moving as far. And I'm going to reduce all of these ones as well. Candles will stay the same. and the mitigation. It's not that I'm using that at the moment, but down to 5. Okay, so I've roughly adjusted all of the pip distances in the settings. I'm now just going to start it up, and it's going to tell me what lot size to use. Okay, so to maintain a 3% risk per trade, I'm going to need a 20 lot size. So I'm going to change the lot size to 20. And one more thing, which is important to remember, which sometimes I forget and I struggle to work out why my back testing's not being accurate, is we need to adjust the spread. So we'll go over to our market watch and we'll have a look at Euro USD, and the spread is just 1, 0, and 1. So whatever your broker is, that's what you want to use. So I'm just going to put in 1 there because it's either 0 or 1. Sometimes this broker does get up to 2. I'll put in 2. Rarely, except for times of huge volatility and the market opens each day, the spread on funded next rarely, basically never gets over 2. It's a very nice tight spread. Funded next is good for that. If you have a look, like pound US is a bigger spread and it's only 5. 4, you know, they're all not on the majors. It's all very nice tight spreads. So that's 7 points. So it's 3/4 of a pip. So it's still a very nice tight spread on them all. All right, so I'll start with Monday last week. And I'm going to leave it on the visual mode so we can see how it works. And we'll just start it up and we'll do the back testing. And if we lose money, we'll have a better look at it and adjust a few figures to suit. Because maybe the pip distances are still too big and it struggles to reach it. I'll just go. I've got it set to start at midday again, so I'll just whiz through to almost midday. Somewhere here will do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the distance between the top and the bottom of the range. Now, so far this day, this has sort of been the biggest range that I've seen, and that's showing at 82 points. I'll set the maximum stop loss at 150, which is a lot more. So possibly I could even reduce the maximum stop loss distance, which would also allow me to increase the lot size and maintain that 3% risk. But we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll see how we go. Excuse me. So it's midday now, and it's just taken out a buy order. And we've just hit our profit target. So we've just hit our 2% profit target for the day. Just pause that. And what I want to check is, oh yeah, my trailing stop had kicked in. So from where the trade was taken out, I wouldn't wanted the profit lock to kick in there because it would have tapped it out. So I wanted a bit more. So about there. Maybe even a bit more than that. So yeah, so I've got the profit lock set at 100 pips, and there is only 80 pips. So I could definitely reduce the profit lock setting and therefore probably the trailing stop loss setting as well. But doesn't matter. We made our 2% that day, and so targets hit. Let's check out. We'll move it up to the next day. Try the Tuesday, and go again. You got to base it on more than just one day or whatever. The longer term, the better. And you got to find settings that work out the best on average. Whereas one lot of settings could really kill it one day. Under different circumstances, you could lose money the next day. So you need to find settings that are going to not necessarily make huge profit, but make some profit the vast majority of the days. And then you can sort of trust it. Okay, so we've got a sell order this time. And we hit our stop loss. So we just lost 1.2%. I just want to go through this too. So this losing trade here, I can tell by the target counter, was a 1.2% loss. Now I have the lot size, the risk setting at 3%, but that means the 3% is the maximum possible risk. If the distance between and that would be on these settings, if the if the distance between if the stop loss was placed 150 points away, you would be risking 3%. And the only reason it would place the stop loss 150 points away would be if the range, if the distance between the top and bottom of the range was almost 150 points. So if it was like about 130 points, then you'd end up with 150 point stop loss. And in this particular case now, it's still only 90 points apart. So the settings I've got here, I'm probably never ever going to have a 3% risk trade. So I've only lost 1.2% on that trade. And now it's done a sell order. Profit lock's kicked in. And we've hit our target. So we made that 1.2% plus another 2% back. And so if we have a look at the report for that day's trading, we did make $2,020. So it's 100K account. So that's just over 2% profit again. And so on the Monday, I've got jets going over. But on the Monday, we had one trade made profit. Nice and simple. Tuesday, we had a losing trade and a winning trade. Still give us our 2% profit there. Wednesday, we'll try Wednesday. What have we got here? Got the correct time, just waiting for a breakout. There's our breakout. We've got a sell order. And we took a loss. One losing trade. We've got a buy order this time. Still ranging a fair bit. And it's just opened up a second trade. So we'll be getting, hang on, it's frozen up on me a little bit. Let me pause this while I fix it. I'm recording this via my VPS. I just recently upgraded to a larger size VPS, and ever since I did that, I've been having issues with it freezing now and again. But anyway, it did end up hitting our, so we had 2 trades. So we had a losing trade, and then we had 2 winning trades. A losing trade, and then 2 winning trades to make our 2% profit again. So I'm going to go on to Thursday. I'll just do the whole week. I mean, I don't think these settings are quite fine-tuned yet, but it all seems to be working fine. So that was a losing trade. Yeah, one losing trade. In a buy order, in profit. And it just hit the profit lock. And now we've got a sell order in place. And we've hit that. Now we've got a buy order. A bit messier this day. And it's carried over into the next day. So I'll just stop that for now and check the report. And we lost 2.5% that day. It may have come good if we'd left it going, but I wanted to check it as a day by day. And we'll do the Friday. So the settings I'd be thinking about adjusting here still would be, reducing the maximum stop loss and reducing the profit lock and the trailing stop loss feature as well. Just now that I've actually watched it work, it looks like, the market isn't quite moving enough for those settings. So just decrease them a bit more. What I do here is this trade was in pretty good profit and then it was in drawdown. While I'm just doing it, I would like to measure how far that went, which was just 64 pips. Just trying to gauge how far the market's moving, how big the pullbacks are so that I can adjust the settings accordingly. Now we measured that and it was 64 points or something. If I'd have had the profit lock set less than 64, then we would have hit it here, which we wouldn't want to do because now we're in even more profit. So from what I've learned from just this little bit is that I want to have my profit lock more than about 65 points. And we've hit our target for the day again. As you can see, made our 2% again. What I'll just quickly do now, I like to look at it day by day on the visual to get a good view of how it's working. But now I'm going to do that whole week just quickly without the visual. And so we should have 4 winning days and 1 losing day, roughly. Maybe not because we stopped it halfway through because we ran out of day on the Thursday. 2%, 4%, 6%. So that will be the end of Wednesday. This is the Thursday, which was a bit messier. And maybe we're finished, have we? Yeah. So we ended up making 5% profit, and the maximum drawdown was 4%. Okay, so as I said, some settings that I would consider adjusting based off that is that I reckon I could drop my maximum stop loss down a bit. I could put my trailing stop down a bit as well, and my profit lock, I could bring that down as well. And now I'm going to just start it so that it tells me what lot size I should use now to accrue the same 3% risk. Now it's saying I should use 25. So I'll adjust my order size to 25. Now, depending on your account balance and more importantly, your account leverage, if you've only got a low leverage account, you probably won't be able to use such a high lot size. So you might not be able to go as high as a 3% risk. So if you're not getting trades, that could be the issue. But anyway, just with those slightly adjusted settings, I'll run through the whole week again and see if it's better or worse than the 5% we made last time. I would say it's probably the same or better, but could interfere in other ways. So without the back testing, you can't really know for sure. Monday and Tuesdays played out pretty much exactly the same. So did Wednesday. Same so far. But this time Thursday made profit instead of losing, and then Friday as well. So by adjusting those couple of settings that I thought I should, we've taken our 5% profit up to 10%. So that's basically how I would go through back testing and testing different settings to suit different pairs. So I hope that helps. And I mean, you can use a similar process for, most different currencies, different trading pairs. So like Euro USD was 59 pips on the average daily range. If we grab another one, pound yen, it's another pair that I like. Oops, and I'll just start it on the visual. Euro USD was 59 pips average. This one's 119, so basically twice as much. So roughly, without any back testing, I would double or at least roughly double all of the pip distances in the settings to suit this more volatile pair. All right, I hope that gives you a few pointers, and I'll talk to you all soon.